Imagine this: a king, believed to be chosen by God, put on trial by his own subjects and sentenced to death. Sounds like something from a fantasy novel, right? But this actually happened in England, and it changed the course of history forever. Let's talk about the dramatic downfall of King Charles I. When Charles I took the throne in 1625, he was a firm believer in the divine right of kings. This meant he thought his power came directly from God, and he didn't have to answer to anyone on earth, especially not Parliament. As you can imagine, this didn't sit well with the members of Parliament, who believed they should have a say in how the country was run, particularly when it came to taxes. Charles constantly clashed with Parliament. He needed money for his wars and lavish lifestyle, but Parliament refused to grant it without concessions. Frustrated, Charles decided to rule without them for 11 years, a period known as the personal rule. He raised funds through unpopular old laws and taxes, which made many people angry. Religious tensions were also boiling. Charles, who was married to a Catholic queen, favored a more formal, high church style of worship, which Puritans and other Protestants saw as a step back towards Catholicism. These conflicts over power, money, and religion eventually erupted into the English Civil War in 1642. The country was torn apart, with royalists, or cavaliers, supporting the king, and parliamentarians, or roundheads, fighting against him. After years of brutal fighting, the parliamentarian army, led by the brilliant General Oliver Cromwell, decisively defeated the king's forces. Charles was captured, but even then, he refused to negotiate a compromise. He believed he was above the law. So Parliament took an unprecedented step. They put their own king on trial for treason. The charge was that he had waged war against his own people. The trial was a sensation. Charles refused to recognize the court's authority, famously asking, "I would know by what power I am called hither." But the verdict was already decided. On January 30th, 1649, King Charles I was led to a scaffold built outside the banqueting house in London. In front of a shocked crowd, he was executed. This was a monumental event, the first time a monarch had been publicly tried and executed by his own people. It sent a powerful message across Europe. No ruler, not even a king, was above the law. This radical idea laid the groundwork for modern concepts of democracy and government accountability. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this piece of history as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that shaped our world. See you in the next video.